Hi, I'm the Atheist Gamer 100, or, formerly known as the Atheist Gamer 100. I don't know what the name of this channel is, I don't know, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I'm here to respond to a video. Hopefully this video is a normal human being talking directly to a camera.
Atheists are ignorant and dumb.
Or it could be a floating gnome head in space. Okay, let's hear what this guy has to say.
On one end you have the religious freaks who believe every single thing they've been taught to believe, and every single word of whatever Bible they believe is the right one. Usually they're very hateful and pushy, and everyone's going to hell. Then on the opposite end you have the atheists who are like, no, that's all wrong, it's all fake, science, science, science this, science that. And they're usually just as hateful and childish in their attitudes. Well, both sides are ignorant and dumb. They are basically the same people, just on opposite sides of the argument. Except atheists are a little worse, and I'll get to that in a minute.
Atheists? A little worse than the, Christians? Those Christians that pretty much force their beliefs down people's throats? Better than atheists? By all means, do go on, obviously animated floating gnome head in space.
But first, there's a reason why the arguments keep on and on and on between the two sides. The reason is that both sides try to prove the other is wrong. Somehow prove it, with science or bananas or whatever. The problem with this, especially using science, is that there are no laws.
No laws.
There are no facts.
No facts.
The truth is that science is shit.
Is shit.
There are no laws, there are no facts, and science is shit? Who the fuck are you? Altair from Assassin's Creed? Yeah. That does sound familiar, that phrase. What was it? Ah, yes. Nothing is true, everything is permitted. Ha! And seriously, dude? What the fuck's with the squirrel? I mean, if you're gonna get your point across, then just say it. Don't just have something come out of nowhere and just repeat on what you just said. Hell, you have to put in a high-pitched voice as well, which is even more irritating.
At least in use of people trying to prove something. Scientific laws are just things we aren't able to prove wrong with the knowledge and technology we have at the moment. We will never be able to truly prove something as a fact.
For example, 2 plus 2 does not actually equal 4. The answer could be 5.
Because our knowledge and understanding will always be limited in the present. We have no idea what knowledge and understanding people will have in the future to disprove what we have right now and believe to be facts. How long ago did people know that the world being flat was a fact? It seems silly now, but people then didn't have the knowledge that we have now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, after all, 1,000 years ago, they didn't have satellites, nor cameras, not even flat-screen TVs. Hell, cars wasn't even there yet. No, all they got was pitchforks, mud. I'm not really good at my history. All I know is 1,000 years ago, none of this shit existed. Okay? And we already proven that the world is round, actually. I mean, we have fucking satellites going around the Earth's orbit. So, really, we sort of proved that one true. That the Earth is round, not flat.
Just like we don't have the knowledge people will have 1,000 years from now. Maybe in 1,000 years, kids in the 3rd grade will laugh at how people in the 2000s actually believed gravity is what kept everything from floating into space.
Well, let's see. 1,000 years later, maybe it's not gravity that's holding the planets up, but it's definitely better than believing some magic man in the freaking space. Whatever, blue. It's way better than gravity. Why? Because gravity seems to make much more sense, and, it just can't. The world can't be that simple, okay? It just can't.
But what everyone should know is that there are no damn facts.
No damn facts.
There are no fucking laws.
No fucking laws.
And anything we think we might know could easily be wrong.
Oh, really? Oh, God. So you're telling me that facts and evidence is just plain stupid. We provide facts, evidence, on how the world is round, how things work, and yet, it's better to just have faith. Yeah. Evidence is shit towards faith.
An atheist's go-to argument usually involves science and the theory of evolution in the Big Bang Theory. But those theories, if real, could just as easily have been the work of a higher being. Both sides can try to argue those in their favor. If anything, science is more of an enemy to atheists. Think about light waves, radio waves, magnetic fields, and so on. Think about all the many different things all around us and going through us every day that we can't even perceive. We can't touch, taste, smell, see, or hear any of them. But eventually humans developed the knowledge and devices to detect them. Well, what else is here? Are you really ignorant enough to believe that we have discovered everything?
You ignorant?
I don't recall any atheists saying that we discovered everything. I mean, sure, we're still kind of limited, and sure, we don't really necessarily know everything about the universe, but neither do you. Okay? Neither do you. These Christians, well, what do you expect? They are cuckoo, stupid. Their logic is based on faith. Fucking faith. And you're right. If the theory of evolution is true, it's possible that God, made evolution possible. But at the same time, God doesn't exist. It just doesn't. He's imaginary.
What else is around us that we don't know of yet? Maybe other dimensions? Maybe forms of energy we don't even know how to detect. Maybe forms of energy inside our own bodies that remains even after the flesh is dead. You don't fucking know.
You don't fucking know.
And yet, atheists stupidly make definitive claims that there's nothing.
They so stupid.
This is expected. This is very, very expected from this guy. A floating gnome head in space. So yeah, you assume that we know, we have everything, we know everything, blah 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 blah. I think you're using a stupid straw man argument against atheists, thinking that atheists are acting all high and mighty. Well, let me tell you this, we don't act all high and mighty, my good sir.
A lot of them are actually just rebelling against their upbringings or against the pushy church freaks they've grown up around. Way to let someone else affect what you believe, atheists. And way to drive people to the other side, churchies.
Owned on both sides.
Yeah, well, that doesn't really necessarily happen very often. Plus, just because you're abandoning Christianity doesn't necessarily mean that you become an atheist. You could be agnostic, a deist, or any other religion other than Christianity. Blah, blah, blah. So, I guess that maybe a small percentage, people will transform into atheism because of the church, but that's a pretty small percentage.
Then you have the educated, snobby idiots who look down on religion and beliefs as just being for the gullible and simple-minded. They think they are being intelligent, but in reality they are just being ignorant dumbasses with no critical thinking ability.
Yeah, well, some Christians do the same thing. They hate other religions, and of course, they hate atheism the most. So, I guess that's sort of bad, but, you know. Ew.
You also have a lot of atheists because it's becoming trendy. There are too many dumb shits in the world who just want to fit in somewhere.
Too many dumb shits.
Everyone wants to fit in and be a part of a group or a trend or a scene. Think of all the goths or metalheads or punks that are atheists because it's not cool to believe in God.
Again with the fucking stereotyping. Okay, just because somebody, you know, don't like Jesus and God doesn't necessarily mean they became atheists. No. There are goths and emos believing in Satan. They suck Satan's dick. Why worship Jesus when you can worship the devil? He's gonna take over the world one day. We might as well suck on his dick. Okay, maybe there's a few goths and emos on the atheist side, but most of them go to the Satanist side, if not agnostic or deist side, or some form of spirituality world, or whatever religion, okay?
Of course, some atheists are all of the above, or a couple of the above, but it doesn't matter which, they are all pathetic. And the religious freaks may not be quite as bad, but they're still retarded too with their hate and judgments and hypocrisies and trying to force their beliefs on people. But atheists, just because these people are stupid, annoying dumb shits, doesn't mean you should let them affect your beliefs and close your minds to the possibilities out there.
So yeah, let's recap. Being a Christian that pretty much hates gays, bashes atheists, shoves down their beliefs down people's throats is better than an everyday atheist. Just living their life as a normal human being. Yeah, I guess I have to go with the hateful Christianity side.
God and afterlife, the beyond, what we don't know and what we can't even contemplate, are not to be connected with crazy religious people. Those people should not be any part of the equation when it comes to you and the truth that you're seeking. Humans are just microscopic specks in the universe, but some of us are ignorant enough to think that we can actually prove or disprove a God. That's like an ant in my backyard trying to understand sarcasm. What the F?
What the fuck?
I said what the F. I know I've dropped a lot of knowledge bombs on you, and I know there will be people dumb enough to try to argue with my truth, but you will be wrong. There's no arguing with what I've said here. Take it and make yourself better. We need more intelligent thinkers, because people are dumb as hell.
But didn't you just say that there are no laws, there are no facts? Didn't you just say that? So, in other words, you just pretty much contradict yourself when you said that what you just said is the truth. You could have said that I might be wrong, but no. Instead, you just said that what you're saying is the truth. Fuck you. Fuck you so much. Fuck you. Anyway, I'm making this video way too long. I am the Atheist Gamer. Fuck it.